Hello, Aries. Elsie here to do a reading for you. How you doing? I hope you're well, my fire family. I am here to drop some cards for a weekly read, and it is going to be a 9-card draw. That's what we're doing this week. We're just going to let the universe pick the topic and see what comes out for you, Aries. I am reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs, so this is a general reading. Please realize this is not only a reading for Aries Sun. It's for all of those other signs as well. So, thank you for stopping in here at the end of this video. I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended. I'm also going to give you details on a sale that I have that's on right now in my pre-recorded reads. Let's find out what's going on. Thanks for showing up here. Look, if you want to come back, because look, I'm up in your business, coming in through your feed anyway. Maybe you just want to subscribe so you don't lose me. Let's find out what's going on, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries, please. Aries, we're starting out with the 10 of Wands. What have you been carrying around here? It feels like you're carrying around household responsibilities. Responsibilities that I feel are heavy. Could be household, could be relationship related. It feels like somebody here wants to go to the next level of something. And somebody here might be being notified by numbers from the universe here. Look at that. We've got all fire energy here. 7 of Wands. So I do feel like there is something here that you're carrying around. And I feel like it is something that, or if you're not carrying it around, essentially, it's weighing heavy on you. And I feel that it is pressure from the outside. So people, maybe it's people's expectations of you. When I look at the 7 of Wands in this particular one, I see that you're sort of I'm going to say protecting the home front or protecting what's behind the door. The door to me is the 4 of Wands, right? And we have the 6 wands at the bottom. It seems like all these wands are pointing at this person who's trying to protect their interests or protect themselves, protect their fire. So I'm going to say that you feel, I'm going to say whatever it is that you're carrying around or is putting pressure on you is the expectations of others, possibly. And, I'm not saying that you're crumbling under that. I'm just saying that you have this thing that you do that I feel like you're carrying the expectations of others. People expect things from you and you're trying to deliver. And I think that it weighs heavy on you. This could be family members. It feels like you're trying to go to the next level of something, maybe the next level of your career, the next level of a relationship. And I feel like you feel the pressure to do that, pressure from the outside, because the 6 of Wands is here and everybody's watching. We have the 6 of Cups. I feel like you're also, in addition to carrying this stuff, I feel like you're also carrying nostalgia. So the thoughts of, I feel the pressure because people are saying, it's like it never stops, right? It's like, when are you going to find somebody, a special person? And then when you find that person, they're like, well, you've been dating for a while. Are you guys exclusive? And then after you get exclusive, well, when are you moving in? When are you getting married? That's never enough. Then when is the children? Like everybody pushes you along. And I think that you're feeling the weight of that. We've got the 2 of Cups here with the 6 of Cups. It does feel like what you're trying to avoid is feeling the weight of this or the heaviness of the past, because I feel like we're in a cycle that maybe you feel like this cannot go the same way as it did last time. 2 of Cups is here with the 5 of Pentacles. So I think that you do your best to keep everybody out of your business, to keep everybody out of your relationship business, possibly. I feel like every once in a while you maybe burrow or go underground or just disconnect from people. I feel as though, the 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups is telling me that you try and keep your private life private. Because I feel like that's what the 7 of Wands is telling me, that you're finally standing up and saying, look, my business is not your business. And I feel like that you're feeling the pressure from the outside. I don't really know if people are putting pressure on you, but it almost feels like you're feeling the pressure. And it might be because of nostalgia, understand? It might be because this is a cycle that's repeating itself. It's never going to go away. I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think that you really just have to be able to stand up for yourself, 7 of Wands, and say, look, it's none of your business. I'll do it when I do it. And that's not something I'm going to share with everybody. Tell me more about this. It feels like it could be family or close friends, people that know you really well or that you've shared yourself with, private things about yourself possibly. We've got the Knight of Swords. So I feel like they're pressuring you to move quickly or to be aggressive in your movements. got the 8 of Swords, and you're not really sure what you want to do yet. Interesting. You're not really sure what you want to do yet here. I could be talking about anything, understand. This depends on whatever your lens is coming here. This could be relationship related, but it also could be work related. It could be anything related to a situation that you feel pressure about right now. I feel like that you're saying to everybody, look, get out of my business. Maybe you're not saying it. Maybe you want to. You're feeling a little bit defensive, like you need to put up your walls here. The Temperance energy is a healing energy. And I feel like you're eventually going to be able to get out of your head and say what it is that you want to say. But I think that you're trying to wait for a time that it's not going to sound aggressive or sound pushy. I think that's what worries you. That I think you do want to say to people, look, back up your shit. I'm going to do what I'm going to do in my career, in my life, money, time, effort, energy, relationship, moving into a house, buying a house, moving to the next level of something. I feel that that you feel pressured by people from the outside who are trying to be nosy about what's going on in your life. There is something here that I feel that they think should be moving quicker. And I feel like you just are feeling the pressure to move quicker. But the 8 of Swords being here tells me that you feel like your hands are tied at this moment. It feels like a vulnerability issue for some of you, not everybody, of course, because this is a general reading. And if you don't have a vulnerability issue, then I'm not talking about you. But I feel like the Temperance card is here because I feel as though you are waiting for the right moment for something. The right moment, the right time, the right price. It feels like maybe if it's a house that you're trying to purchase, you're waiting for the right time, and everybody else is around you. 6 Wands, right? Well, you're defending yourself. 6 Wands, everyone else is around you saying, well, what's the holdup? Hurry up. We want grandchildren. Hurry up. We want, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like here. Let's look at these cards that are here under the surface. Let's see what's going on under the surface. We've got the Moon energy. And we've got the 2 of Wands. So I think you're keeping some plans quiet. I think that you're planning on doing a bunch of stuff. I feel like you're planning under the surface, planning in the quiet. Something that it's very deeply emotional for you. And I don't think that you're interested in sharing your plans with everybody. Because I feel like when you do, that's when people start getting expectations. You know what? It's like what this feels like is people who don't have their own lives are going to point at you and say, do something. Like you're the entertainment. Go ahead and do it. Come on, do it. Whether it's parents that don't necessarily have anything interesting going on in their lives and they put the pressure on you to have their grandchildren or whatever it is. It feels like that. It feels like people who don't have their own lives are trying to pressure you into making your own life so they can be spectators. And I feel like you're just a private person who wants to keep your business quiet. You want to keep your business to yourself. You want to keep your plans to yourself. I think you are about to make a decision to deepen a bond somewhere. So you might be getting more serious about your career. Maybe you're going back to school. Maybe you're getting some sort of diploma, or maybe it's a doctorate or a bachelor degree. It feels like you're deepening your bond of stability here. It doesn't necessarily have to be about relationship, right? And I feel like maybe you tried this before and it didn't work. And now you really feel the pressure from the past because you dropped it in the past. Maybe you started and it was too much, so you stopped. And now you feel the pressure about having to carry on here. And do it for performative reasons. So make sure you're not doing it for performative reasons. Let's talk about what the next level is here. I think the next level is, for some of you, it's to stabilize a relationship or deepen a bond. For others of you, it feels like it could be something to do with work or education. It's like you've got to do something, take action on a plan you're keeping under the surface. You need to take action on something. And you're trying to keep your plans private, is what it feels like. Tell me what the 4 of Wands is all about here. We'll find out what's going on here. Tell me about Aries. We've got the Devil in reverse. Very interesting here. The Devil in reverse brings up the King of Cups. Oh, the World card. Aries, this is going to be a very specific reading, and I know I always do my best to be very general, but somebody here needs this message. Aries, I think you're actually at the end of a relationship, a commitment, a job. You're at the end of something. The reason why you haven't gone to the next level is because you have no interest in it, and you just haven't told people yet. It feels like somebody is releasing a toxic connection. Is like the devil in the reverse for me is like the devil finally losing its grip on you. You're breaking some sort of chain that has bound you. The Four of Wands is celebration. It's happiness, it's stability, it could be home, family, life. It feels like on the outside, the face you're giving to people is everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're happy and everything's fine. But I feel like the devil in the reverse is telling me what they don't know is things are not fine, but I'm keeping it quiet. I'm keeping it under the surface with the King of Cups here. I'm keeping this very emotional part of me under the surface. I can't bring it to the surface or they're going to see me lose my shit, and that's not what I want to do. The World card is here. There is a chapter, a major chapter in your life that's coming to a close, and you haven't told anyone yet. In fact, you're protecting that information by planning secretly something under the surface and waiting for the right time to execute some sort of a plan. Now, the Four of Wands is here, so this could mean maybe you haven't told the family you're selling the house and moving across the world or across the country or across the state or the province. It feels like somebody here is making a major move, a major shift in their life. Something is coming to an end, but you've been planning it for a long time because the World card is here. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. That's energies of those energies do a lot of planning very quietly. They're very private, and they make their move when they're ready to execute the plan. So I feel like this, what you're carrying then, it feels like what you're carrying is when to tell people. Because it feels like we are dealing with people you've known for a very long time, people you're connected to as a soulmate. It feels like what's weighing heavy on you is from the outside looking in, it looks like everything's fine. You've got your Facebook face on. But it looks like on the inside, things probably aren't going as great as it looks from the outside. And so I feel like while plans are going on underneath the surface, that's what this is, going on in quiet, in the dark, underneath the surface, things are not as they seem. Let's talk about the Six of Cups here. Who are we talking about? Tell me about Aries. The Six of Cups is here. We've got the Star. Got the Death card. Damn. And the Three of Cups. Yeah. That's sort of what it feels like here. Celebration is on the top, right? It's on the top of the pile of cards I just laid down here. Celebration is on the top. I feel like that's the face you're showing everybody. We're celebrating. Come on over for dinner. Let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. But really the Death card is under the Three of Cups. It feels like the celebration is actually over. Something is transformed and is ready to shift. Something here is ready to end. I feel like the Star energy being here is like, I've lost hope in this whole situation. And I'm not really telling anybody, but I'm holding this under the surface, or I am holding this heavy burden that I've been carrying around until at which point I actually put this plan into action. It feels like you're at the crossroads of something that you are going to, I feel like, let's just act normal, okay? It feels like let's just act normal. Let's not set the alarms off. Let's just not tell the family just yet, until which time we have everything set. It feels like you and somebody else have actually agreed to this, have made a contract. So I don't know if this is about a relationship you're in, a marriage that's dying, or maybe a job, or maybe you're switching jobs, or like I said, maybe you're selling the house and moving away, and you haven't told anyone because you don't want anybody meddling in your business. And I feel like the devil energy tells me I need to do it for me. I need to get out of the clutches of everybody else, out of this codependency. Tell me what the Five of Pentacles is. Tell me what we're doing with the Five of Pentacles. This feels like a little bit of lack. I feel like you are in lack behind the scenes, behind the door, waiting for the right time to execute the plan that you've told no one about. There we go. We've got two fives here. And as a reader for me, when I see more than one five in a reading, it tells me something is about to change really quickly. It feels like you're worried. I think it's sadness mixed with worry, mixed with feeling in lack. The Justice card here, because you know you've got to come clean. You've got to do the right thing, Aries. You've got to do the right thing. You've got to come clean. And I think it's weighing on you emotionally because the King of Cups is here and is keeping everything quiet. I'm giving you the poker face. I'm not showing you or telling you what's going on, but damn, look at that. 8 of Cups. I am just going to deal with you in a swords way. I'm going to deal with you in a non-emotional way. I'm just going to cut my losses and go. Something here is coming to an end. The full moon is here. It might be coming to an end by the full moon. We have the 8 of Cups, which says you have to detach emotionally, which accounts for the 5 of Pentacles being here, because that's practicality. That's practical energy. That's something that you're feeling in lack. You're feeling in lack, but you've got to be very practical about doing the right thing. You need your justice, and I feel like your justice is in turning your back or detaching. Maybe from the expectations of other people, but it does feel like somebody here is hiding something. Like and I understand, I don't think you're hiding, but I feel like you're like, it's nobody's business. What's this 8 of Swords? This is the silence here while you're making plans. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. You're just going to hit them with it. You're just going to say it. I'm just going to hit you with it. It's going to surprise everybody that you're going to be honest, truthful, and sharp. This is the way things are going down. I think that's what you're going to, this is the execution of the plan, is what it feels like. That's what you're going to do. You're making the plans, whatever this is, okay? Take it from whatever the situation is that's coming from your lens. But I feel like you're not telling anybody what's going on. I think you have someone in your life who has agreed to be silenced or is agreeing to the contract of let's just keep it quiet until we're ready to tell everybody what's going on. It feels like this is executing of the plan. This is, I'm going to surprise you with the absolute and complete truth. And understand that for me, the King of Swords is a lawyer, a judge, a magistrate, the person who has the last word, or somebody who is going to be facilitating separation, divorce. Now, I'm not telling you that your relationship is in trouble. You're going to know if your relationship is in trouble. I'm not telling you if you're in this beautiful, kind, loving, honest, and deep relationship with your friends and family that anything's going wrong. Don't give your energy like that over to any tarot reader. I'm saying that this might resonate with you if this is what's going on. Look, I feel like you're waiting. You're waiting, and while you're waiting, I think that the 8 of Swords is here, that you feel like your hands are tied. There's something going on here that you're waiting for before you actually hit them with the honest truth, and it's going to surprise everybody. I think it's going to shock them. It feels like the Sun is here because there is the 5 of Wands. Now we got the third 5. 555 is the quick change. You're going to reveal something. You're going to bring it to light. Look, we're going to go into the extended. If you want to be in the extended, we're going to talk more about this. I get into this very in depth. We'll talk more about whatever's going on here and what is going to be revealed in the end. If you're interested in coming into the extension, please look at the pinned comment. And in the pinned comment, if you click on read more, there is a link there to the extendeds, which I'll go in the membership area. If you are interested in a private read, right now I do have private reads on sale. And my pre-recorded readings are on sale for 10% off. There is a code in the pinned comment. If you would like to take the link to Hypsee, go look at my pricing and my packages, and you will receive 10% off as you do the checkout. I always do have sales on the live reads, so if you're interested in that, please go check on my my schedule, and please pre-book your reading, and there you will get between 5 and 75% off when you pre-book your live reading with me. I'm going to go to the extended. I'm interested to see what's happening here. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back, Aries. You take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.